Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Generations Cybertronian Cliffjumper from Transformers War for Cybertron. The game, not the show. Not the show. Anyways, now this is usually why I would say I don't have the packaging, and instead I would show a spray bottle, but spray bottle has since run out of water. So I'm gonna have to find a new joke to replace it. Trash can. I don't know. Alright. Enough of that. On to the figure. So here we have Cliffjumper. And yes, he is a repaint of Bumblebee, as he typically is. But some of you might be confused as to why I said he's from War for Cybertron, because he doesn't appear until Fall of Cybertron. Well, apparently he does appear in War for Cybertron. It's just the DS version. Yeah, so he appears in that. Apparently that game came out around the same time this figure did, so yeah, that makes sense. That's actually what he's supposed to be from. I did not know that. This is why you do research on figures before you review them, because you could say something stupid. Because I had like this whole conspiracy theory thing. I thought the reason why they made this repaint before he appeared in the second game was because these War for Cybertron figures were the first of the Generations line. At least I think that's right. And I thought, because there was only 4 figures, there was Optimus, Megatron, Soundwave, and Bumblebee. I thought that they wanted another figure, so they didn't just have only 4, and they tried to extend it to 5 by making a repaint of Bumblebee, and they made Cliffjumper, is what I meant to say. And it's just a coincidence that he appeared in the 5th game. The 5th game? What am I saying? He appeared in the 2nd game, but no, that was just a crackpot theory. He appears in the DS version of War for Cybertron. I don't know. I don't know why I felt sharing that, but I did. So we're gonna ignore all that and move on to the figure itself. So, as I said, it is a repaint of Bumblebee, but there's something cool that they did about this guy. The Bumblebee figure is... It's gonna be dark. The Bumblebee figure is yellow with red accents all over it. So when they did Cliffjumper, they reversed it. So he's red with yellow accents all over him. He's got yellow tail lights and yellow that and yellow headlights and stuff like that. And there's even more stuff in the robot mode. I think that's really cool. That's a neat idea. I would hope that they would just give Cliffjumper a new design, but if they do continue the repaint route, I would like to see that be done again, and have them be, just them have reversed colors, because it can make, makes it kind of cool. So if you do get them both, it makes them look cool. They look cool together. But enough about that. Let's just get onto the figure. Enough distraction, enough stalling, enough blah blah blahs. Okay. So the front of it, we have a nice silver Autobot symbol. Looks quite nice. You got the yellow headlights, so translucent. You got the yellow underneath, so quite nice. Well, somewhat nice. The paint on this side kind of bled onto the red, but on this side it's all clean. There's none of that there. So yeah, only this side did the yellow do that. It's kind of weird. I don't know why one side is done so well and the other isn't. They get lazy halfway through or something? What's going on? Anyways, yeah, the tires, which are yellow with red paint on them, and obviously black there. It's kind of hard to see the yellow, but you can kind of see it. Got the side, you got the nice yellow things. You got the windows. You got the other tire. You got the back. You got the black. I like the black. The black is a nice sheen reflective black. You can even see me in there. I really like that. It looks really, really cool. Yep, the other side, same thing. You got the top, you got the bottom. Nothing too different. Just kind of typical underside. There's legs and stuff. Bit gappy there. And he does actually have weapon storage. That's his blaster right there. If you do put it there, you're gonna want to do that before you transform him, because in vehicle mode it's not really easily accessible, which, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you want it to be stored in vehicle mode, and it is stored. You're not gonna want to take it out until he's in robot mode, so that doesn't really bother me too much. But overall, I really, really love this this vehicle mode. I liked it at first just by seeing it. Sorry. What was I saying? Right. I liked it when jeez, my throat got dry for a second there. Hang on a second here. I'm sorry about that. My throat got dry for a second and I was coughing. Seems to be a little bit better now. I was saying, oh, right. Just looking at the design from the game and looking at the toy, I thought I already kind of liked it, but getting it in hand, I really love the way it looks. It's just, I don't know, the Seven of Valor just really looks just really, really cool to me. So I love the design that they went with in the game, and I love the execution of in the toy. It's just really well done. But yeah, that's pretty much it for vehicle mode, and I say this is an excellent job on the vehicle mode. Now, on to size comparisons. Here it is with a Lego minifigure. Here it is at the pack of destruction minifigure Mothra. Here it is at the pack of destruction minifigure Godzilla. And here it is with the 2007 movie Deluxe Bumblebee. Headlight. Now, measuring time. This figure is about 4 inches long and a little over 2 inches tall. So, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, I've heard some people say that the undercarriage gets in the way of the wheels, but nah, mine rolls like a dream. It rolls really, really well. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it depends on your copy. Maybe they weren't transforming it right, because I've learned this the hard way. There are certain things on this figure you have to do a certain way, or it just won't work. Which, obviously, that makes sense. It's intended to be transformed a specific way. If you don't do it the way it's designed to be, it's not going to work. That makes sense. Now, we've gotten past size comparisons, done past the measuring. I think it is time to transform this guy. So, let's just raise up the camera a little bit. Probably doesn't need to be that high. Get a good angle, and let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I do is you want to grab one of these two. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, you're going to want to grab one of these two sides and just untab it from everything. Now, on my copy, one side is quite a bit easier than the other. Like this side, you can pull on it all you want. It just likes to stay there. This side, pull on a little bit and, excuse me again. Alright, I am so sorry. My my voice and my throat just don't want to cooperate today. I'm so sorry. Okay. You know what? Hang on a second again. Okay. So I got them all hooked back together because I don't feel like I showed it off too well. So, you want to basically just hook your thumb on this piece and just pull down. And it will unhook. And then, dark, come on. That's a bit better. Nice and bright. So, that will unplug from that up there, and that will unclip from this. And then you can kind of see under here, this hooks into that, so you want to unhook it, and then you want to, oops, not bump the camera, you want to untab that. So that way you have the leg all free. Well, mostly all free. All free. There you go. And then you do it on this side, it's much easier. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, you're going to want to push up on this when you're pulling down there. Makes it a bit easier. Or maybe not. Hang on, come on. Hey, there we go. Oops. Keep on done. Let me just set that to the side. Alright. Again, unhook and untab, and then and just get the legs out of there for now. And then alright, you stop. Don't you transform just yet. I've still got stuff to do. Okay. So now you're gonna come to this piece. You want to pull it up. You want to unfold that, and this will give you a lot more clearance to work on the arms and all that stuff. But for now, I feel we should work on the legs. So I'll just finish bringing that down, and it will click into place. Yeah, we'll just do one leg at a time. You'll want to straighten out legs because you have to. Oh my goodness, if I've been doing that all off camera, I'm sorry. I have such a bad habit of doing that, looking at what I'm doing, but not looking at the camera, so you guys can't. Hang on, let me just bring out the camera more. So, okay, hopefully you saw all that. Okay, let me show it again, just in case. Okay, so you got this. Lift that up and pull it up, gives you more clearance there. Bring this torso down, clips into the chest. Okay, now the legs. There's a joint here that makes them bent in the wrong way, and their legs should not bend. So you want to just straighten that out, bring it down, just bring it out of there, and then you want to extend the leg. It's a pretty cool thing. This clips onto the part that the wheel is connected to. Just unclip that, and the wheel falls back down. And now you want to come back here and bring out the foot. Make sure that wheel is down. You want to take this and just fold it. Make sure the foot's out of the way. Fold it all around, and then that will plug to that all nice and securely, and then just position the foot correctly. You have a leg all done. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the extra joint does make it a bit unstable, but besides that, I really like the way the legs are engineered. I think that's pretty clever and pretty cool. At least in my humble opinion. Like, come on. There. Yeah, the bottom all done. Now, onto the arms. So you want to unhook these pieces from the torso. And you want to untab the arms from the shoulder, and that is a thing. Let me show you. That right there is going to plug into that, and you do want to do this. It seems like a bit of unnecessary transformation. It's like, it just folds right in, and that bit plugs in. You don't need to tab it in. Yes, you do. Because if you don't, the arms won't, just something about them won't be positioned right, and this won't line up at all correctly. It like sticks up a bit, and it looks all kinds of wrong. Believe me, I've learned this the hard way. You are going to want to tab that into the shoulder, and it is a bit difficult. You have to kind of finagle it a little bit. I'm not sure if I used the word finagle correctly, but whatever. So, to extend the arm, bring this up, and there is a bit right there that sits right in that slot. Then you want to bring the shoulders forward, rotate the arm correctly, and then do all of that again on the other side. Now we have the arms all done. Here we come. Whoop! Smack the camera. My bad. Here we come to the back here. The back is a bit tricky. So let's take that. I'll fold. That's all off camera. I'm sorry. So I'll take this and just fold it all together like that. I'll fold that down, and this is going to be a bit tricky to see. This piece, when it folds down, is going to line up with that. So you're going to want to, make it flat, and then push it up, and that secures the back. It does make it a bit tricky getting it untransformed. You just want to push down, just push up, and nice and secure. So that's kind of cool. And now finally, the dramatic reveal of, trying to remember which way it folds, of dramatic reveal of the head. Ta-da! It is Cliffjumper and his, I don't know why I'm doing that voice. It is Cliffjumper and his robot mode. And he looks quite nice. Now, as far as articulation goes, it has a ball joint on the head, and when you turn it this way, the ball joint gets super loose, which that's quite annoying. But I'm not sure if he came that way or if that's just, he just got loose over time, because I actually got this pre-owned. I got him off of eBay, so I don't know, hard to tell sometimes with these used figures. But he's got a ball joint at the shoulder, so his arm goes that far out, goes all the way around. He has a bicep rotation. Technically, he has a butterfly joint, I just realized, because of the transformation. Yeah, he's kind of got a butterfly joint. I think that's what that's called. Sounds cool. He has a double jointed elbow, so you can get all kinds of the bend. That is quite nice. We'll talk about that in a moment. And his wrists are also on a ball joint, but they're put on a slant for some reason. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, so it very much limits what you can do with the hands, but they do swivel, so that's nice. The waist, you have a waist rotation, which the back does get in the way of. Unfortunate. And then to the legs, it can go that far forward, that far back, just because of all of the stuff on him. And he can do the full splits. So yeah, Cliffjumper is pretty flexible. He has a thigh rotation, and again, this extra joint at the thigh is quite annoying. I wish there was some way it's like snapped or clicked into place or something, because that is kind of annoying. Knee. That's not it for the knee, is it? Apparently, yep, that's it for the knee. That's not too nice. And then the ankles. The ankle is kind of weird the way it's designed. It can kind of go down, and you can't really get a tilt out of it because of the way it's designed. But you could do that, which looks like a bottom jaw got punched. Like, okay. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. But yeah, that is it for articulation, and it's not too bad. Some areas are not too good, but for an older figure that came out in 2010, it's not the end of the world. It's not bad. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. I mean, the arms are pretty well articulated. The legs are decent. Just decent. And the rest of them's okay. Now, on to details. So you focus here on the head. And the head is Ooh, focus. The head is obviously in G1 inspired, even though it's not how he looks in either game. Apparently in the DS version, it is exactly just the same model as Bumblebee, but red. At least so I've been told. I haven't actually seen it. And in Fall of Cybertron, his head looks like the Transformers Prime Cliffjumper, which honestly makes a lot of sense considering they are supposed to be the same character. But yeah, if you didn't know, this is Transformers Prime and the Cybertron games are the same universe. Can you tell that was a last minute decision? Because it was. But anyways, head looks quite nice. The silver looks really, really nice. And his eyes, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but he has light piping, but his eyes are painted over, but it's weird. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I need a new light. This isn't even the one I had before. That one died. Are you going to be able to see? Oh, you can kind of see. Nah, you can't really see too well, but one of his eyes, I think it's this one. One of them, yeah, this one. You can't really see, but this one is painted a nice metallic blue. It's very hard to see, but this one is painted black. Yeah, that one's blue. That one's black. You can't see it, but you just have to take my word for it. I don't know, because obviously, again, it's light piping, so they had to have painted it first. Not first, they had to have painted it, period. Because, like, no light shines through in either eye, so both are painted. So that means they mistakenly painted one of the eyes black. How? Unless they paint it black first and then do the metallic blue over it, and they just forgot to do it on that eye. That's understandable, but if they just were painting it once, how the heck do you mess that up? I don't know. It's really weird. But, okay. I've been rambling enough. Been rambling this whole dang video. Okay. So, back to details. Enough rambling. So, head, quite nice. The chest is the same as before, except you got these new bits exposed, which are just gray plastic. Chest looks quite nice. We got this piece, which looks quite nice. Here are the legs, which look pretty dang good. I love that the wheel is actually like encased, like it's not like a fake part. They actually found a way to engineer that. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, I don't have anything against like fake parts. Like I've heard some people get like all butthurt about it. It's like, I don't care. As long as it looks good in the end, I don't care. But the fact they found a way to do that is cool. Got a nice little bit there. You got the arms. You got the hand. The shoulder. Forearm. Which I guess since we're here, we'll talk about it. Yeah, the forearms do not tab in like they're supposed to. That is supposed to slot in there, but it doesn't slot in. It just kind of sits there. So the forearms are very... yeah. Unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Silver on forearms. I think I already said that. And then... so... I haven't looked too much at... I haven't watched too many things about the new mold that just came out recently. But one of the complaints I have heard about it is that the chest sticks out too much. Now, the chest in this one is pretty good, but the problem with this figure is that the back sticks out a bit too much. I mean, holy crap. Woo! I know that's not what the phrase is talking about, but talk about junk in the trunk. Hey, I mean, technically... it is accurate, technically, because this is how it's supposed to look. It's just smaller. Like this, if you look at the back of the game model, it does look like this. It's just on a smaller scale. So he's just, yeah, it's a big old thing. But I'm not, you know, unless you have like shrinking technology, I'm not sure. Maybe have some panels like fold in more. I'm not sure how they could have figured that out. but what are you gonna do? But it looks okay. It does kind of stick out in the sides, and it makes him look a bit wider than he actually is. So it's kind of an optical illusion thingy. But yeah, if you can ignore the back, it's not too bad. But if you can't, it's pretty bad. So that's pretty much it for articulation and details. But this figure does have a couple other things. First off, he has a blaster, which obviously the blaster is not supposed to be a handheld thing. It's supposed to be their actual like arm that transforms into the cannon. So trying to convey that into just a handheld blaster, it looks a little awkward. Whoops. But you can have him hold it like that. Focus. It doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look that great either. And you do still have weapon storage in robot mode. Just fold that up, line it up right. Well, it plugs in on one side. See that little gap there? Not on that side. That, oop, you can't see this right here. Just slots right in. Fold that down. And there you are. Now, there's one more thing that this guy has. And that is, he has blades. So, you can't see it sticking out from the back. You take it, fold it out, and waka-cha! He's got a blade, forearm blade. I don't know why. Did Bumblebee have blades in the game? I don't remember. He has on both sides though, so if you want, you can have him dual blade. Oh, okay. But that is kind of cool. I like the forearm blades. Kind of confused by them, but they do look cool. I'm not gonna deny, it does look cool. And you can just easily fold them back. Now you do want to make sure, because as you can kind of see, that tab right there, you can't really see it all. There's a tab that kind of gets in the way, so you kind of have to push it out of the way, and it just slides right back in there. You also kind of have to move out of the way a little bit while pulling the blade out. But it is, you can still pull it out without it being there, but when putting it back, you do want to give it some clearance by kind of moving that out of the way just a little bit. So yeah, but that is pretty much it for robot mode of Cliffjumper. Now, onto the size comparisons. Now, to start off our size comparison part 2, we have a Lego minifigure. We have the Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra, who always likes to fall forward. The Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla,